So today I'm heading to a doctor's appointment. Sorry for the angle. Heading to a doctor's appointment to get started, hopefully, on tests to see if my forgetfulness is more than just plain forgetfulness, especially with dementia in my family, in my close family. So yeah, I'm going to get some blood tests done, fasting blood tests. So I'm going to see how this is going to go. Oh gosh. I think I'm on the wrong side of the road. I'm already confused. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. Hopefully I wouldn't get lost. So I mentioned that I have a fasting blood test, so it means that I have not taken my medication. So thankfully, once I'm done, I'll head home, get my medication taken, eat something with it, and then slowly I'm going to get back on my time for taking my medication because it's really off. So that's what's going to be happening on the route to the doctor. So I've had some moments today where I got confused, but I'm really good at holding it together. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Also, my anxiety is high. I've realized that, and I've always had an issue with this, with people being near me, but yeah, it's pretty bad. My space is probably wider than other people's personal space, but I can't go about telling people don't come anywhere near me, but it's really hard. So I am back. I am back in here, as you can see. This is a different day, of course. It is day 16, and whereas yesterday I was out and I was talking about my anxiety and hypervigilance and things like that, today I'm going to talk about my side effects more specifically and what's happening with my medication. So a couple days ago, I think on if this is day 16, that would have been day 14. Day 14, I mentioned that I had issues with my timing for medication, having to get my medication, because the day before that, I definitely ran out of medication. So I did not take my Sertraline until much later in the day. I normally take it at 7:30 a.m. and I did not end up taking it until, I don't know, possibly 1, something like that. So it was quite a ways off. The following day, which was yesterday, because I had to fast for some tests that I am doing, which I will elaborate on once I've gotten back the results. I will talk about that because it would have something to do with everything that I'm going through as well. I could not take my medication at the 7:30 as per usual. I had to wait until after, and you can see that video here for yesterday. But I then took my medication earlier than on Monday, but obviously later in the day. It wasn't until about, I don't know, 11 or so that I took that medication. Today, I decided that I would work towards getting back to 7:30. So instead of taking my Sertraline at 7:30 this morning, I took it between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So that's when I took it. So then hopefully tomorrow I will take the Sertraline just before I leave for work. And then by what is today? Today is Wednesday. By Friday, by Friday, I will be back to my 7:30. Why am I doing that? Didn't I just shift it down to another time? Because of the fact that I've realized that my sleep is now off. I did not sleep last night. Well, I slept, but I didn't stay asleep. I went to sleep very early because I found that I get very tired early, which is a norm for me anyway, even before taking medication. And I went to sleep. I got up around midnight. It was around midnight. And then I could not get back to sleep until later in the early morning, possibly about 3 or something like that. And then I woke up again a couple hours later, and now I'm really tired. I did not get sufficient sleep. So I'm hoping to rectify that, because I found that the Sertraline and the pattern that I am using with the 7:30 is actually helping me to sleep. Like, let me just say, it's helping my quality of sleep. I feel as if I sleep deeper, and then when I get up, I don't feel as exhausted, which, if that is actually going to be a thing, it's long in coming. So I really would be happy for that. So I therefore want to move it back to 7:30 to see if that would be rectified. Also, when I first take my medication, I tend to be a bit more alert for a few hours, so that helps. So therefore, I want that alertness earlier in the day. In the afternoon, I know that I tend to start veering down anyhow. I can handle that because it's coming towards the end of the day. So I will just work with that. My anxiety has not really settled properly yet. I still am very fidgety. I don't know if you've seen my hands, but I've been like this. I found I'm taking closer note of things that are happening with my body instead of just brushing them over. I'm trying my best to do that, and by noting them here, at least they're somewhere. At night, I'm very fidgety with my feet. I can't really keep quiet until I go to sleep. That's something that also happened before I started taking this medication. It's been going on for a while. I'm fidgety with my hands. That has happened before as well. That has not really gone anywhere. I find it's there more times than others, but it's still there. Last night in particular, with my insomnia, I was extremely fidgety. I could not keep quiet. I've also found that today I have that cloud that has come over me again with a lot of thoughts. I'm thinking of things that I thought I put at the back of my head, and they've come flooding again. And I'm working on breathing through them and trying to focus on something else, because I can't really, if I don't do that, I'm going to regress. So I'm trying my best, along with the medication, to work on my focus and my mindfulness in order to get through my anxiety and my low mood and my depression. Outside of that, as I mentioned before in previous posts, my fibromyalgia is still here. I get a lot of pain in my legs and my back as per usual. I still have issues with this arm and my functional neurological disorder, so I still can't put it up like how I do this one, which is really annoying because I would like to do more exercises with my arms, but I do what I can. So I've started with the weights again, after focusing more on walking, and I'm happy with my walking at the moment. I really wanted to get out to walk today, but because I'm so fatigued, I can't seem to muster the energy to get out to walk. But thankfully I do walk every day anyhow to go to work and things. The mouth taste has finally, I think it's finally sorted out itself, so that's a yay. I'm really happy about that. I think my lips and mouth and things, my skin, they're trying to sort themselves out regarding dryness as well, so that's good. I still have in between, feeling if stuff is in my eyes, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. So the dryness seems to be rectifying itself, which is fantastic. I still have brain fog. I still get confused. That was definitely seen yesterday. Yeah, there's some things that I still have, and I suspect I still will have because they were there from before because of my fibro and things. Maybe the medication and my continued work on myself regarding sharing and mindfulness and talking with others about these things, hopefully that will help in the long run to at least manage the situations, because I do realize with myself things come and go, and I have to learn to ride the tide instead of fighting against it, because it just makes it worse. And that is a suggestion to you. Sometimes there are things that you're just not going to beat completely, but you can learn to manage them and ride the tide. When you fight against things that naturally happen in your body because it's specific to you, you can find yourself getting even more stressed out, making your anxiety worse, making your low mood worse. So ride the tide and find a way to manage it that is healthy for you. And then you will get to the end of that stage until it comes again. But yeah, managing it is what I'm working on. So hopefully as the weeks and the months progress, I'll be able to find a way to manage this whole thing called my mental health. Yeah, that is it from me from day 15 and 16. Please comment, like, and share, and do all the things that you know that you can do in order to support mental health awareness and to aid in the destigmatization of all things mental health, including the treatment of it and talking about it and all the different facets of it. Be that ally, and I will talk to you again tomorrow or the next day. I think I'm going to do this every 2 days, but we'll see. I just find I'm very exhausted, so tired. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.